Welcome back to the InherAlchemist TV. In today's video, we're going to be doing a little bit of spying on Martell Holt. Now, initially, I was going to be doing a love reading because somebody in the comments had requested that I do a love reading for Melody or her future love life, which honestly, I was open to that. I haven't done a love reading in so long. And I'm the type of person where I have to like balance my intellect and my emotions. And I like to kind of stay centered in my heart. So I'm like, okay, this is a good chance for me to do that. Now, in my old channel that I had for tarot, it was nothing but love readings. But I left that community because the women over there wanted to be sold hope. And it's like they wanted to have messages like, oh, he's regretful, or he's with his wife and he's thinking about you, and you know he wants to be with you but he's afraid, and you know, and I'm not saying none of these things are true, but I'm saying that it was just no growth because you had to perpetuate those messages instead of like telling women what they can do to get the results they desire and not have to rely on them to come from one specific person. You know what I mean? So it's like, as a woman, I feel like you should concentrate on the feeling that you want to have in life and the things that you want to see in your life, and less on the specific person that you feel the need to have that from. You know what I mean? Now, yeah, we get in bonds with a lot of people. We make good connections, but sometimes things don't work out. You know what I mean? You could be with you could fuck on the first night. You could be with your best friend. You could build friends before lovers. You could wait 90 days and it just may or may not work out. You know what I mean? There's no foolproof way to ensure that you get the best of a love situation. You can be with somebody for years and then they just turn on you. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I just felt like I couldn't stay there and continue to sell the dream. You know what I mean? And I just had to go. I don't know. I just had to go and grow. So I ended up shutting that channel down. But I still am a very romantic woman, you know what I mean? And I like doing love readings. So anyways, case in point is I set out to do a reading on her, and then Martell's name kept ringing in my head. And I'm like, why is he like intruding in the energy? And then so I had to put her cards down and then just do a workup on him. And listen, maybe that's the way he is in real life. Maybe he just wants to hog all of the attention for himself. But anyways, he seems to want to be conveying some messages. So I'm like, okay, dude, get off my back. So I opened up the cards. I said, Martell Holt, tell me what exactly it is you want to say. So that's the spread that we're going to be doing today. And then I'm going to try again to do the love reading for Melody, which honestly I'm excited to do because I don't know, I like love, you know what I mean? And my heart is open. It's funny because I did like this heart chakra clearing or whatever. And I don't know, I just been like really just kind of like in like this emotional space in my feelings. And I'm like, oh God, I'm like, so to clear your heart chakra means to just like bring up a bunch of the things that are blocking your heart chakra, which are painful things. You know what I mean? So I was going through like a little bit of a purge for the last, I want to say, day or so. And I was just feeling like real short, real angry. You know what I mean? But, you know, honestly, God, he sent me some couple dudes that's been giving me some positive, you know, care, you know, attention, loving messages. And I don't know if they're anybody that I'm going to end up being with, but I know for now they're just taking care of me, you know what I mean, as I go through what I'm going through. So I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the sweet nothings that have been, you know, put in my space. I don't know, one of them I'm kind of interested in, so we'll see how that goes. But anyways, in the spirit of me being in love and energy, I figure, yeah, it's a good time to do a love reading. Now, let's go ahead and get started on this reading for Martell. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started on this. Okay, so Martell is coming in. First off, I'm gonna tell you that Martell, he has like two women. He has two women. And listen, whatever the situation is that you guys understand about him and Arion, they are not together. I believe that he broke up with her. I believe that he cut her off. And I believe that he did it out of his feelings for this other woman. There's a new woman here, you guys. It's not Melody either, and it's not Arion. It's a whole nother woman. And then there's some Carlos energy in here as well. So I'm going to get into it. All right. So first off, Martell is coming in as the Page of Cups in reverse. That's not a good card, which doesn't surprise me. I'm not saying Martell always gets bad cards, but for the most part, it just doesn't surprise me. Now, the Page of Cups in reverse is, I don't know, this is like a situation that's like not on the up and up. You know what I mean? The Page of Cups, he has like a little fish in his hand. And so some people describe it as like something fishy, like, you know, big side eye energy, right? Page of Cups in reverse also represents like emotional blockages. And I don't know, like a period of being disconnected. And I saw 2 cards in this spread of Martell having like this overall feeling of being disconnected within the relationship. Now, with this Page of Cups, I feel like there's some deceit going on. Like I said, I think that he has this other woman that he's interested in. But more of the deceit that I was getting was that Martell, judgment has been called down on the situation, right? So there's like this sense of like, not only karma, but there's like a sense of realization in him where he's been doing some shit wrong as it pertains to his relationship with Arion. And he's feeling like he's feeling like he faked it, or he's been faking it for too long, and now it's time for him to stop. You know what I mean? So he was like relating to her with the 10 of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups in reverse. He was relating to her as if it was like some type of family situation, but really he was closed off the entire time. He was never emotionally open or available to her. And now he's like having this realization that he was dealing with her with a false heart. You know what I mean? Meaning that he was using the situation maybe as a crutch. It's possible that he was just using the situation to mimic or emulate a previous situation that he had going on with the family, obviously. But I feel like now he's like having some type of epiphany, and he's realizing that that was like the wrong way to handle it. And now he's coming up in this energy of trying to close out that cycle or trying to release it in some type of way. But I feel like he's trying to go about it with the least amount of drama as possible. You know what I mean? So, unfortunately, he's doing this in a Page of Cups type of way, which is kind of like, the Page of Cups can be a little bit manipulative, right? In this situation, I'm not exactly showing that he's manipulating for his own personal gain, but at the same time, he's not being upfront with the fact that he feels like he was in the wrong situation with her in the first place. It's almost like he's trying to ease out of it. But again, I feel like he's taking the coward's way out in a way. Now, I feel like he's playing offense instead of defense or something like that. So I feel like he's initiating the completion of a cycle. I'm looking at the 7 of Wands and the World card. I feel like he's trying to initiate the end of a cycle with her. But again, with this Page of Cups energy, I feel like he's doing it by being like emotionally distant, or he's doing it by being blocked from her, or doing it by not having like the proper type of conversations with her that are really going to make her get it. But instead, it's like having this adverse effect and giving her like this sense of heavy anxiety, which is only going to make it worse for her, because I feel like she's coming on stronger because of that anxiety. And that's why he's in this 7 of Wands energy. It's almost like he's fighting and trying to defend his decision or his right to walk away from this or to end this situation drama free. You know what I mean? But again, you're creating drama by giving somebody anxiety, by not being like upfront about what it is that you're trying to do, or what it is that you're trying to say to him or say to that person, right? He has some repressed emotions that he's been holding on the whole time with the Ace of Cups in reverse. And I feel like, you know, Martell, he's had a lot of feelings about this family situation with this Ten of Pentacles. He's had a lot of feelings about that. And with this Ace of Cups in reverse, honestly, I'm feeling like he needs a good cry. You know what I mean? But he's been so afraid, I think, to feel the intensity of those emotions, especially with the Temperance cards being in reverse. I feel like his emotions have been so damaged and so imbalanced just within his own person that I feel like he's had to block off his emotions for a long time. This is not a new energy. But the Ace of Cups in reverse to me is like, I need to fucking cry. I need to cry and I need a hug. You know what I mean? And honestly, I wonder if that's what's motivating his obsession with his kids. Not to say that he's gonna cry to them, although he may cry. He may cry to one of the daughters, because Page of Cups can be a daughter. But I feel like maybe their innocence or their sweetness is giving him that kind of like safe space that he needs right now. You know what I mean? Now, Martell ended up in this situation, though, because he wasn't listening to his instincts. Like, it's almost like he knew all along what he should be doing, and he intentionally walked into the wrong situation and did the wrong thing. You know what I mean? And now he has all this stress from this responsibility, and I don't know. And then the kids are here again as coming up as a feeling of something happened with Martell when he was around like 8 or 9. And I don't know if one of those kids are like in that age range or something like that. But there's some correlation between the phase of life or age of life that the kids are in and something that happened to him around the same age. And this is another reason for why he's like clinging to them, or I don't know. He's like, I don't want to say like leeching off their energy, but it's like an osmosis or something. He's absorbing their life force to, I don't want to say heal his self at that age, but in a way heal himself at that age. It's almost like the kids are like, they're reflecting his desired life at that age. You know what I mean? Like, he wishes he were who they were at that age, or he had what they had at that age. I don't know if that gives, honestly, I know a lot of people have said that he's done some weird things to the kids. I don't see that. I just see he has, I just see that they transport him back to his childhood, and he gets like stuck there. You know what I mean? They like regress him a little bit. And like I said, I think that there was some type of trauma. Something happened to him when he was around 8 or 9 years old. I don't know how old their kids are, but if one of those kids are 8 or 9 years old, then that's the one that he's maybe the closest to, or has the most, I don't know, the most energy towards, if I could put it that way, or something like that, right? The Temperance card is in reverse. So the Temperance card is about, I don't know, I feel like there's an imbalance. You know what I mean? I feel like there's an imbalance with him, in his situation, or whatever it is that he's going through in life. You know what I mean? I feel like he's had, for the most part, a refusal to see the way that other people look at things, or other people look at the situation. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like he was intentionally not being able to put himself in other people's shoes. But again, I feel like he was so busy faking that he became distracted and was unable to like see things for what they really were. You know what I mean? I feel like he was more so trying to own in on being petty. You know, I'm looking at the 5 of Swords now. I feel like he was like, he was more concerned with being petty than he was thinking about how his actions would affect the larger picture of things. You know what I mean? When I look at the Page of Cups in reverse and the 5 of Swords, I feel like that's giving me like the word petty. And I feel like he was more so trying to master the art of being petty. You know what I mean? But he wasn't thinking about others, you know? I don't know. Also, the Page of Cups sometimes could represent a pregnancy too. Now, but this pregnancy though with the Page of Cups would have been unwanted. But if, again, I feel like with the Page of Cups in reverse and the Ace of Cups in reverse and the Ten of Pentacles, this is like your false heart. You faking a relationship with somebody and fucked around and created a lifelong attachment. That's what happened. You know what I mean? But there's secret feelings that he's had that he's not let out. And I think now they're coming out, and they're coming out because of this relationship that he has with this other woman. You know what I mean? Now Martel, I feel like I mentioned Carlos, and the reason why is because Martel is trying to make up with Carlos, or he's trying to make his, I don't know, he's trying to make his way back over there. I'm looking at the Knight of Cups advancing on the King of Cups. Now this is something that's kind of like playing in the background. So what I mean by that is that it may be something that he's thinking about that he's not yet doing. But I feel like he's trying to figure out a plan of how he can go back towards that situation. In this spread, Carlos is not representing a love interest per se, even though there is an emotional connection between Martel and Carlos with this King of Cups and the Two of Cups. But the Two of Cups is in reverse. However, Carlos, the King of Cups, is a businessman, right? And I feel like he's trying to go towards him and get Carlos to do something for him. You know what I mean? Martel is not coming in as like a self-starter. So he needs help with something. And I feel like he's trying to look for something lucrative, or he's trying to look for some type of business opportunity. Now, I don't know if this is pertaining to the show. I don't show a lot of the show in this spread. This is not really so much about the show. But it's more so, I feel like he's like asking for like a referral, or maybe some background work that he's doing for Carlos or something like that. But he's in need of money. He's in need of money. Money is very, very slow for him. I show that he's not able to locate work right now. He will eventually. But it's just not here. And there's some issues with his security. I did see some cards of like movement or change in a home as well, or some disrupts within a home situation. So I don't know. I'm looking at this Four of Wands in reverse. I don't know if there's some type of like, I don't want to say eviction, but I feel like there's like a separation of some sort. I'm looking at the Four of Wands in reverse, the Three of Swords, and the King of Swords. I almost feel like this is like an eviction of some sort for some reason. You know what I mean? But then the King of Wands is here in reverse, and the King of Wands is like a person who will watch you and know that you need help, or know what you need to do and support you, but they're not going to jump in and save you. You know what I mean? So, but Martel is coming in as needing some type of saving in a type of way. The King of Wands is in reverse. I'm not going to say that he needs to be saved, but he needs help. He needs a referral. I don't know if he needs a referral to an agency or something like that. He needs a referral to somewhere where he can avoid like a foreclosure or some type of eviction or something like that. Maybe because it's a Four of Wands, it has more so to do with a foreclosure than an eviction. But, and I don't know if this is, I don't know, because it's next to the King of Wands, right? Now, Martel right now, there's something very rude and spiteful about his personality, but what I think it is that he's having this emotional disconnect, and he's realizing that he's been fake, or he's like admitting to himself that he's been fake for a very long time, as far as like creating all this drama in this love situation. You know what I mean? So again, although there's a way that he needs to go about handling things, the way he's doing it is not the right way. And when confronted, because there's cards of confrontation, the Seven of Wands, the Five of Swords, even with this Nine of Swords, I feel like when he's confronted with how he's doing things in such a hurtful way or indirect way, then he's responding in a rude way. You know what I mean? Also show that he's being I don't want to say he's trying to intimidate Carlos per se, but he's using some type of like intimidation tactics to get what he wants out of a situation. You know what I mean? I also show that he thinks that Carlos is vulnerable or vulnerable to him. You know what I mean? And I feel like he feels it's easier to try and like approach him than it is to build on his own or to start something on his own. He's not a self-starter. He doesn't know how to create something for himself or something like that. And so I feel like he's like preying on people who he perceives as weak or vulnerable. I'm saying Carlos because it's the King of Cups. It's the King of Wands in reverse facing the King of Cups. But it could be a woman. I mean, the Two of Cups is here. That's a relationship, but that's also in the reverse. You know what I mean? But it's almost like he has like a mounting pressure on his emotions. And I feel like I said, I feel like those blockages or something are coming out, but it's like expressed in some type of like out of control, I don't know, like out of control type of way. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you have to think that you're talking about the Page of Cups. So even though he's being somewhat like abusive or out of control, it's more so in a very meticulous, seductive, shady way. It's not like a overtly abusive. It's more like emotional abuse, right? Now, the reason why I'll be using the word seductive is because seduction is about taking people up and down with your moods. You know what I mean? Now, when we think about it in a sexual way, it's like, you know, like, yeah, as a woman, we play hot and cold. You can be coquettish and all those things. But when you're in other situations, it's like people don't know what to expect of you. And it creates a type of fear in them, but you're using the same energy. You know what I mean? So that's why I use the word seductive a lot. It's not necessarily sexual. It's just more so talking about the lure of being taken up and then taken back down by somebody's like unstable emotions, right? And that's what he does. He uses the instability of his emotions or his attitude or something, and he intimidates people with it. Like I said, with this Nine of Pentacles, I feel like he's trying to come up with a plan of how to get something out of Carlos, or how to get, I don't know, he's trying to get an opportunity from him, but he's trying not to look like he's in desperate or he's in need. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's pretty weird. Now, like I said, he has a whole nother relationship. I have the Queen of Cups, but she's in reverse. Now, I feel like Arion is here, but she's coming up as a Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like she's, I don't know, I ain't going to say she's broke because I don't like that word. But she's definitely not, she don't have no money right now. And you know what, honestly, I knew she didn't have no money right now because I was thinking like, you know, she's been quiet, or I haven't really felt any energy off her. And I'm like, okay, maybe she's just spending her tax money or something like that. And then now, when I do this spread on Martel, she came in as the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. And so the Nine of Pentacles upright is a person who has money. But when it's in reverse, it's a person where they trying to get back to a position where they can depend on somebody. You know, like they're looking for another lick. Or even just depending on their relatives or something like that. For money. You know what I mean? She was independent for a minute. Like I felt like she was doing good because I was getting her energy like a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, okay, because people was like saying something about her baby. I don't know, some weird conversation going on, and I felt the energy off her. I'm like, no, she doing good. She's spending money somewhere. And then when I pulled this spread, it showed that she not lost her money, but she lost her independence, and she's back looking for somebody to like get some money from. You know what I mean? So I'm wondering if that's why she's like stopping Martel from ending this cycle, because I'm showing that he's trying to end something with her, but he's trying to sneak into it so he can avoid drama with her. But it's almost like a fight to end this shit. Seven of Wands in the World card. I feel like he's fighting to end it in some type of way. But again, there's another woman here too. You know what I mean? There's a lot of men and women in the spread. There's a lawyer here too. I don't know if this lawyer is like a divorce lawyer. There's some type of attorney here. I think it's a divorce attorney. 3 of Swords and the King of Swords. I feel like that's a divorce attorney, but I feel like it also represents somebody that's trying to cut somebody off. And this Moon card is here as well, so we're going to take a look at that. But yeah, so with her coming in as that 9 of Pentacles, though, I was like, yeah, I feel like you lost something. You know what I mean? And then when I went to go clarify, I'm like, why does she have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse? You know, coming in as her, and it was clarified by the 5 of Swords in reverse. And the 5 of Swords in reverse is about losses. It's about being unhappy, and it's about feeling hurt and betrayed, which coincided with the 3 of Swords card that I saw down here, and the 9 of Swords, which was that anxiety card. But then you have the 3 of Cups. So I have the 3 of Swords and the 3 of Cups. So this is a third party situation, which means that he was in like a love triangle with her and another woman, but this other woman is not Melody. It's a whole different woman. And there was like some love triangle between the 3 of them, and I feel like he ended it, but he ended it with Arion because he felt like he was just using her as a crutch anyway. And he never had the heart for her. He was never emotionally open to her. You know what I mean? And I feel like I said, I feel like he had some type of realization with his Judgment card that was not, that he needed to get out of that situation. But he didn't have the heart or the courage to be upfront with her about it. And so he's been giving her all this like discomfort and anxiety. I don't know, maybe trying to make her walk away from herself. You know, walk away for herself. You know, some niggas, they'll try to back off of you, but they'll still like watch you, which puts them in your energy. But sometimes they're not watching you because they want to be with you or want to be back with you. Sometimes they're watching you hoping that you find somebody else and that you become happy so that they can like move on without that guilt or that, you know, sense of being disloyal to you. You'll be surprised about how many men are in relationships with women out of their convoluted loyalty. You know, so for men, for us women, loyalty is like being faithful, being honest. For men, loyalty is like staying. You know what I mean? They don't care if they cheating. They think that leaving a woman, or because they're judging by their own standards, you know what I mean? And so by their standards, you leaving them is being disloyal to them. So from their standards, leaving is being disloyal. That's why they say men don't leave, because they call themselves being loyal. Meanwhile, they're doing a bunch of disloyal shit, like cheating and stealing and doing all kind of crazy ass shit. But they're like, I'm here, I ain't going nowhere. To the point where you even have some women will say he ain't going nowhere, and it's like, okay, like that's what you want, you know what I mean? So some men, they think like that, but when they want to get out of a situation, they'll put the plan in motion with this Page of Cups, right? The plan in motion is to be emotionally blocked off from you and be emotionally distant with you, and then they'll sit back and watch you to see if you can get somebody else, you know what I mean? Or if you do get somebody else. Now, if you get somebody else, they may have a sigh of relief because they can, you know, they can be released from that loyalty, that being bound by you, right? But the other side of it is that shit, my brain froze. Anyways, listen, the point that I'm trying to make is that sometimes they watch you to see if you moved on so that they can know that it's cool for them to no longer hold that loyalty in space and be like, have to be with you. You know what I mean? I say that to say that there is a part of him that is still watching Arion for whatever reason, or he's in her energy, but he's not in her energy to be with her. He's in her energy to see if she gets somebody else so that he can move around, you know what I mean, without like feeling some type of way, because he had some type of loyalty towards her, but it had to do with like staying, you know what I mean, or it had to do with like family, or this 10 of Pentacles, or him creating a family, but he knows that he created that family out of false pretense. I know it's weird what I'm saying, but basically he created the family out of like false pretense. But because he did it, he felt some loyalty or obligation to it, and the way his loyalty plays out was him not walking away from it. But now he wants to like walk away from it, but he doesn't have the like courage or heart to like be straight up about that. He's letting it show through his actions. But then she's having the adverse action because he's giving her the feeling with the Page of Cups without the words, and it's creating like an anxiety in her. You know what I mean? And that anxiety is like making her fight for it a little bit. But at the same time, she still feels like she's holding on because like she don't have no security or something, or she don't have no money. Like when she have her money, she probably couldn't care less, but right now she like lost some type of money, and so I don't feel like she's ready for him to part ways with her. I'm sorry, she not happy too. I mean, she feels like, but she's angry at him. She's mad. She's very angry at him over this Queen of Cups. There's another woman. There's another woman here. I feel like he's like, I don't know, he's smitten. There's another woman, you guys. He's smitten with this other woman. But Arion is like in the sense, she's in a sense of confusion and agony because she just doesn't understand like why this is happening. But you know what I mean? She does understand why it's happening because it's like what they say. What's that saying that they have you guys go where they say like, how you get them is how you leave them, or how you keep them is how you leave them, or something like that. But it's like some type of saying where it's basically saying like you lose them the same way you got them. You know what I mean? I mean, where in her case, she knew she was messing with a married man. Now listen, there's some women who men lie. And you don't, and it's like it wasn't your intention to be on the side of anybody's anything if a man is telling you he's single. So then what of those women? You know what I mean? Then is she still subject to the same, karma if she didn't even know? You know what I mean? So I don't know how I feel about that rule, but for her, this is what it seems like. You know what I mean? Their relationship has definitely. I don't think they're together at all. I don't think they're together at all. I really don't. This Judgment card here, it's like it's a realization that somebody didn't want to be together and with this Three of Cups in reverse. But I also feel like it's karma. You know what I mean? I feel like it's karma because it feels to me like the situation was released because of a third party. And then there's a whole nother relationship over here. Even though honestly, like, Martell, he may have left Arion or like deserted her for this other woman, but this ain't gonna work out either. I don't know. Like I think he's emotionally blocked. Maybe his karma is that he ain't gonna be able to fall in love again because I don't know. Like he gotta like. Then you got the Three of Swords and the King of Swords. I feel like for some reason, like he's having like some type of like chest pain. I don't know. Maybe he even went to the gym and pulled like a muscle out of socket or something. But I feel like he's having some type of chest pain. Now, with this Queen of Cups in reverse that he is dealing with, which is another woman, I feel like he's not able to express the way he feels about this person, which in his mind, he thinks that, I don't want to say he gets carried away in love, but I don't know. He gets like, he be falling in love, y'all, like hella fast or hella easy or something like that. But I don't feel like it's real love. I feel like he just, I don't know. His emotions are all fucked up. You know what I mean? All his emotional cards are in reverse. Now, he got with this new woman and he immediately started telling her his business. That makes me wonder, were you trying to like bond? Because I have the Queen of Cups with this Nine of Swords. And for some reason, I got the words trauma bond. Because I'm like, why are you getting with this woman and telling your business all the way? And then the Nine of Swords is about trauma. And so I'm like, oh, so is this what Martell is doing? Like, is he able to trap these women because he's trauma bonding with them immediately? Like going through, you know, all of these emotional ups and downs and his woe is me tells. And then again, he's kind of coming across like with the King of Wands in reverse as kind of opportunistic. But I think he's creating those opportunistic opportunities by trauma bonding, even when it comes to Carlos too, because the Two of Cups was in between the Queen of Cups in reverse and the King of Cups, and these are different positions, so these are not a divine pair. This is like different positions on the board. You know what I mean? But he was like telling this new woman, some information. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say she told. She looks like she probably can keep secrets, but for some reason she's coming in as being dishonest or emotionally manipulative herself. You know, the Queen of Cups in reverse can be an emotional manipulator. So I don't know, like he may come in thinking, or he may be emotionally manipulating by trying to trauma bond and tell his secrets. But at the same time, I feel strongly like this time he may have given those secrets to like the wrong person. I'm not going to say that she's going to tell on him, but I feel like he's like getting himself into situations because he's trying to bond with people by telling his business. And then he ends up forced to like stay with those people because they have his secrets. You know what I mean? It's like backwards motion, you know? The Two of Cups is in reverse with this Queen of Cups in reverse. This is definitely a secret relationship. Maybe she's married. Oh, wow. So maybe he's dealing with a married woman. Oh, wow. You guys, Martell might be dealing with a married woman. Because she's oh my God, this is giving me like Will, Jada, and August Alsina. I don't know why. This is giving me entanglement. I don't know why. But is Martell like August Alsina? Like, he's like this woman's side chick. What the hell? So this judgment card, this karma. So he became the side chick after all of this. He's a side chick. Lord have mercy. So after all of this, he ended up being a side chick. So he broke it off with his side chick to become a side chick. Wow. So he's dealing with a married woman. And her thing is I don't know, now I'm going to say she feels sorry for him, but I feel like she's like trying to like understand his plight. And she allowed him to be like some type of emotional outlet for her. I don't even know how he met her. Where did she come from? Y'all, he's dating a married woman. He gonna get his heart broke by her too, because her husband is gonna make her cut this off. Maybe is her husband a lawyer? Because there's a lawyer here too. Is her husband not even a lawyer. For me, the King of Swords is a lawyer, but it's also a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. I think the King of Swords is an Aquarius too, by facts. But I got the King of Wands here and the Four of Wands here, and these are both in reverse. But I feel like that's a marriage with the Two of Cups in reverse. Yeah, he's definitely dealing with a married woman. He's dealing with a married woman. She might be separated though. With this Three of Swords, she could be separated for sure. Three of Swords and the King of Swords, that could be like a legal separation. For some reason, I got that in my head. But the Queen of Swords, I don't know, y'all. Because I feel like she's sneaking and doing something. Somebody does not know that she's dealing with him at the same time. So I don't know if are you supposed to date when you're legally separated? Because she's hiding the fact, or they're hiding the fact that they're seeing each other. Or this is somebody like, now I'm looking at the King of Swords and the Judgment card. Like, is this somebody that, is she like some type of paralegal or somebody that has to do with like some type of law situation or something? Is that how they met? Or something? But yeah, y'all, he's somebody's side chick for surely. Anyways, I know this reading was long. I don't know. I was just chilling. Tonight. Yeah, and I wanted to do a reading. I was coming to do a love reading, and then I told you guys that whole story about how I ended up doing this reading about Martel, and look what we done found out. Lo and behold. Anyways, listen, y'all. Let me know what y'all think about this reading. Let me know what you guys think about this reading. Really though, I'm at a loss for words. I really am. But anyways, don't forget to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you have your notification bells on. I'm gonna be out tomorrow night. So when I do come back, it'll either be Sunday night or Monday morning. Yeah, but until then, you guys be easy. Yeah, and I will talk to you guys soon.